Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel here today. Today, what I thought we'd talk about is how to turn your dreams into a reality. So, a lot of you watching this right now, some of you may already have businesses, some of you may work full time, some of you may do this and that and the other. But no matter your current situation, whatever it is, all of you have got something that you're probably going to aim towards, or you've got dreams and goals that you want to achieve, but you don't know how to make that a reality. You don't know how to actually make that your everyday life. Like, how do I get from, you know, where I am now to this situation? Of course, all of your guys' goals are different. I don't know your goals, but there's a few things that I want to cover in this video. So before we jump into the main video, if you are new here, make sure to hit that like button and maybe even subscribe. I bring out daily videos about business, entrepreneurship, how to make money online, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and of course turn on that little notification bell. Once you've hit the subscribe button, it just means every time I upload, you'll get a notification then. So let's jump into it. So the first thing is, it's more of like a situation, right? I want to just explain something to you first and then get onto the point. Have you ever had an assignment due in or a piece of work for school or for college or university, whatever it is? Have you ever had a piece of work due in but you haven't done it and it's like due the next day? It might be a 2,000 word essay, right? And it might be due tomorrow. But I can guarantee you, if it's due and it's due tomorrow at 9 AM, come 9 AM, you will find a way to get it done, right? Even if it seems impossible to write 2,000 words in that short period of time, you'll find a way to get it done. You will find a way to get it done, guys. Same with presentations, all that other stuff. Like, if something needs to be happening, like, you'll find a way. If you've got work at 6 AM, you have to be at work for 6 AM. When your alarm goes off at 5 o'clock and it takes you 45 minutes to get there or whatever, you get the hell up and you make it happen. You get yourself up and you go to work. That's the way you need to look at your dreams, and that's the way you need to look at your goals. You need to chase after your goals like they're a necessity. Like, you have to get it done no matter what happens. As soon as you start doing that, you'll find out that you're actually wasting time on so much pointless crap that's not important, that's absolutely not important. It's like the gun to the head method, isn't it? If you had a gun to your head right now, if I had a gun to your head right now and I said, look, you have to get a client for you have to get a social media marketing client within the next week, in 7 days from now, I'm going to pull the trigger unless you have a client. I guarantee you, every single one of you guys watching this will find a way to get a social media marketing client. If I had a gun to your head right now and I said, look, if you don't get yourself a coaching student, or if you don't at least like reach out to 20 businesses in the next day, or if you don't get some balls and get on the camera and start creating a personal brand, like I'm going to shoot you in the head, you'd find a way to get it done. No matter what would happen, you'd make it work, right? That's the way you need to start looking at your goals. You need to look at your goals like a life or death situation. Everyone's different. For me, I've never ever had an issue with that. I'm more driven than anyone I know, and the weird thing is as well is, like, I can't breathe unless I'm doing something business related. When I worked at my old job, stacking shelves, and when I used to be at university doing assignments, I was like suffocated. I just needed to get the hell out. And like I said, I would have done anything to get there. And I did. I got my first clients and I made it work and I made stuff happen. Now, of course, if I had a gun to your head and I said, make £1 million in the next 24 hours as I'm going to shoot, it's going to be a lot harder. But like I said, things like if I had a gun to your head and said, get a social media marketing client in the next week, that's a bit more achievable, right? The only thing that's stopping you from actually getting there and reaching your goals is yourself and your own limiting beliefs as to why you can do it. Another big thing as well is just excuses. Guys, we all make bloody excuses. I make excuses. Even to this day now, sometimes I still make excuses, right? Everyone makes bloody excuses sometimes. But if you really want something bad enough, cut the crap. Cut it out. Stop making excuses. I don't care if you're afraid to make a video to put on YouTube. I don't care if you're afraid to pick up the phone and cold call, right? Either find a way that you can get there without having to do that, or pick up the phone and do it. For me, I was really afraid of, you know, doing cold calls. Like, nowadays I'll do them no problem, but back 10 months ago, 8 months ago, whenever it was, when I first started my business, I really didn't like the idea of cold calling, right? I could have I should have, in hindsight, I should have just picked up the bloody phone and called. But I didn't just give up. What I did, it was found another way that works better for me to get clients. I was a massive introvert back then, and nowadays I'm more extroverted now. I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more happy picking up the phone. I'll speak to anyone. I'll hop on a call with anyone. Nothing like that really scares me anymore. Back then it did, and like I said, if you've watched my story about so far where I've got to where I am today, my childhood, the way I grew up, I've never had any confidence. So for me to pick up the phone, it scared me like crap. But rather than just giving up and not doing it, like I said, in hindsight, I should have just picked up the phone. Knowing now, if I could look back and tell myself, I would have said just pick up the bloody phone. But instead, what did I do? I found another way that I could go and get jobs, and I found Upwork, and I applied for jobs that way, and guess what? The same situation come about. I got a potential client and he said, get on the phone. And you know what? I was like, flip it, stop being a wimp. I almost didn't get on the phone call with him. This is a potential client, like no longer cold call. This is a potential client interested in my help. And I almost didn't get on the phone call. And I was like, stop it. And I literally slapped myself. I was like, do you want this or do you not want this? And I was like, I bloody want this. Like I couldn't breathe at university. I was just suffocated. I hated it. I was like, right, stop it, right? I hopped on the phone call. Within 30 minutes, I had a new client. Imagine if I'd never taken that phone call, right? Imagine if I'd never taken that phone call. Imagine if I just picked up the phone call in the first place. I could have had other clients now, like local hair salons, local bloody restaurant. I could have had other stuff. But back then, I didn't do it. Don't be that. Don't be that person, right? Like I said, it came to it like a few weeks later where the guy wanted a phone call. I had a decision to make. I either take the phone call and man up and grab life by the balls and actually do it, or I wimp out and I don't have that phone call. That, you know, the first 2 minutes of pain, being nervous on the phone, like talking to someone I've never met before. Or go back to university, get further in debt, be miserable, do exams, revise, come out, work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life, have no money ever, like go on one holiday a year. No, I was like, stop it, that's not gonna happen, right? So, number one is like, stop making excuses. If you had a gun to your head right now, you'd find a way to bloody do it, right? So, put that situation in place for you. Put a gun to your head, a metaphorical gun to your head, and make it bloody work. This is what I like. Another thing you can do here, like another thing you can really do, is like really picture like, or say you're going to do something. Accountability partners are great. If you've got a friend, or a girlfriend, or a parent, or someone, literally promise them, look, I will give you £500 or £100, whatever you can afford, whatever's like a lot of money to you at the time. I'll give you £100 if, come Friday, I haven't uploaded 5 YouTube videos, alright? Or I will give you £200 if I haven't at least reached out to 20 businesses. Or I will give you £100 if I don't go to that meeting that I'm meant to have with my client on Wednesday, right? Transfer them the money and they will only give it back to you if you go and do that said thing, right? Put a metaphorical gun to your head, right? It's all about pain or pleasure. You either do something to go towards pain or to get away from... you either do something to go towards pleasure or to get away from pain. Unfortunately, 99% of the things you do is to get away from pain. So you have to make something seem more painful for you. For example, in that current situation, where I was about to get on the phone call, what was worse to me? The feeling of getting on that phone, or was it working a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life, always wishing that I started my business? What was worse for me? What pain was worse? Well, obviously, the pain for me was worse, knowing I had to go back to university, go and get a job, so I got on that phone and I cracked on, right? All the nights when I first started my business, when I was staying up late, what was worse to me? The pain of maybe having 1 or 2 hours less sleep and waking up a little bit tired, or the pain of just sticking it out for an extra 1 or 2 hours, continue reaching out to clients, continue doing client work. What was worse for me? Well, back then, you know, now obviously it's all automated, but back then for me it was a lot worse for me to just not get those out. Like, imagine, like, for me the pain was, right, imagine if I went to sleep, I got, you know, stayed in bed till 10 o'clock, woke up, wasted all that time, and then that means my business fails and I go back to university and go back to school or college or whatever, or get a job. Like, it just wasn't happening to me. So what you guys need to start doing is linking as much pain to something as possible for the things that you want to achieve. So rather than thinking, right, I want to earn lots of money and have a business because I want a Lamborghini. It's a lot harder for you to do that because you're used to living life without a Lamborghini, right? Whereas, for example, you know, in like a nice house and things like that, like I want a nice house. I think it's super, super beneficial and productive and good for your life, right? To have these dreams and have these material objects that you want in the future. That's good to have. It's something to aim towards. But when it comes to getting stuff done, you need to have something painful alongside that. So, in my situation, it was the pain of going back to university, doing exams, and then getting a dead-end job for the rest of my life. That was my pain, right? So the pain of not making that phone call, or the pain of not reaching out to clients, or not getting on YouTube and making videos, is the fact that I could end up going back to bloody work in a miserable job that I hated and working for £7 an hour. I don't bloody want that. That is the pain that I use to push me. So when I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, you know, I don't know if, and we all get like it, guys, but if I'm sat there sometimes I'm like, oh God, I got a phone call with a potential client in a minute, like I can't be asked to do it. I think, stop it, right? Stop it. Imagine, like, if I had to go back to work tomorrow, like my pain, I'm like, right, you know what, no, I need to keep going, I need to keep going, I need to keep going, right? That's what you guys need to have. I can't tell you what that pain is for you. For me, it was super simple. Like I said, it was just going back to work or going to school and working a 9 to 5. That might not be the same for you. You might be quite happy working a 9 to 5. But you might have grown up with a family that have no money, or you might have had financial struggles in the past. So the pain of having that financial struggle again should be your motivator when it comes to you going out there and getting your dream lifestyle and getting stuff done. With the gym, the pleasure of looking sick with abs might not be relatable to you. But the pain of staying overweight and staying lethargic, which then means that you're always tired so you can't get work done for your business, or the fact that people won't find you attractive because you're super overweight, or you won't ever find, won't ever be truly happy, or you're always going to get bullied. Like, I don't know what it is, right? Find that thing for you. Whatever it is in life, whether it is for business, whether it is, like I said, for the gym, for health, happiness levels, whatever it is, find that one painful thing and use that as your motivator, right? Because that's like one of the key things I can tell you right now. Now I've got another couple of things to, that was like the main point of this video, but I've got another couple of things I want to touch on when it comes to actually, like, you know, chasing your goals and actually reaching them as well. And turning it into a reality. That's what we want, right? You want to turn your dream lifestyle into a reality. When it comes to social media and any sort of service-based business, this is so bloody important. I wish I just, you know what, I just wish I just knew this at the beginning, right? I wish I knew this, but so many of you guys, I'm calling you all out now, and you bloody know that you do it. You focus on things like creating a website before you get clients. You focus on getting business cards before you get clients. You focus on all this other crap that's not important before you get clients. You think you're doing it to be busy. Subconsciously, you know that you're doing that because you're putting off the stuff that scares you. The phone calls, the client acquisition, the income producing activities are the scary stuff. They're not meant to be easy. If they were easy, everyone and their uncle would be business owners, right? It's difficult, but stop putting them off. If you really want it bad enough, don't worry about a website. Don't worry about business cards. Those things, I've never given out a business card in my life. I've got like over 10 clients. I've never given a business card in my bloody life, ever. Right? Maybe one day I'll get them if I start deciding to go to networking events, and then it might become important. But as of now, at the beginning, it's not important. Stop it, guys, right? If you really want to turn your dream lifestyle into a reality, stop doing that stuff. Focus on income producing activities, stuff that's going to get you clients, stuff that's going to bring money into the bank. A website's not going to do that. You don't need it in the beginning, so stop it and cut that out. And finally, guys, it's just a case of making it happen. An example of this is, say you really want to live the laptop lifestyle, right? And you really want to do it. Book a one-way ticket for 6 months down the line or 12 months down the line. Book a one-way ticket. Book it to the Philippines, to Bali, to America, UK, wherever you want to go. Book a one-way ticket. So, for example, say it is traveling that you want to do. Right now, you're in a situation where you don't know what you're going to do, but I guarantee if you've got that ticket booked one way to go and travel the world and you need the money and stuff, you'll find a way to bloody make it happen, right? Make it happen. It's like visualization and like manifestation almost, but put things in place so that you've got to work towards it. You're going to make it happen, and I guarantee, guys, if you do that, it's gonna give you something to motivate yourself towards. If you like, don't worry about I'm gonna book it, you know, if I've got the money or whatever. Book it for January 1st, 2019. Book a ticket if that's what traveling is, right? And set that as your goal, right? And then I guarantee by the time that comes, you've manifested it enough, visualize it, put the actions in place, execute, and I promise you guys will get there. But this video, hopefully you found it a little bit helpful. Those are just some insights that I found that have really helped me, you know, turn what used to be dreams for me, you know, working from home, traveling the world, into a reality. So I hope that helped you guys. If you found any value, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.